Content warning here that it is very hard to listen to. A lot of drama this week with Asmongold going on a definitely racist rant on his stream, taking things way too far as he continues to just go down the path of being an extremist fascist, I guess. Like, I don't know. This was definitely an absolute low for him. It's not fun to listen to, but so you have the context. This is news that we were talking about. All right.
These people are not your allies. They are not the same as us, directly antithetical to everything Western values stand for. It is that simple. I don't feel bad for them. I don't feel sorry for them.
So this wasn't just like one little comment that then just, you know, blew up. This was a rant where he restated over and over again, referencing the war in Gaza, doubles down on it, triples down on it several times. I mean, there's so many things, first of all, just wrong. It's just straight up like misinformation that is being spewed here. Pure hatred and hatefulness towards innocent people that are dying, like civilians, tens of thousands of people dying. I don't know why Dexter said this was, quote, racist. It is very racist, very hateful. I'm surprised it took Twitch almost 24 hours to suspend his account. It is disturbing that people can say things like this and just feel no remorse and like be like,
it is that simple.
He definitely found out it was not that simple. So following this tweet and after a lot of backlash, Asmongold tweeted, looking back on it, I was way too much of an asshole about the Palestine thing. My bad. Of course, no one deserves to have their life destroyed, even if they do things or have views I find regressive. You guys deserve more than me saying stupid shit like that. I'll do better. I find it really ironic how he talks about Western culture being superior, meanwhile lives in a literal trash can in his mom's house, having the most regressive troglodyte level views. Every time that there is like a woman or a black person in a video game, his whole chat is spamming DEI and woke. I mean, he's at the lowest level. If you cannot admit when you're wrong, or you cannot change your mind when you learn things, you suck as a person. Of course, there was fallout. Now, the thing here is Asmongold is part owner of OTK, Starforge Systems, Mythic Talent. Like he's part of a whole network of businesses and learned some hard lessons about spewing hatred and being part of businesses. Those things do not go together. A couple statements here. Starforge Systems says, we've spoken to Asmongold and have mutually agreed to part ways. Starforge unequivocally rejects all forms of discrimination, hatred, and violence. We stand by and align ourselves with those around the world seeking to foster acceptance, unity, and dignity. OTK also released a statement a few days ago. Zach Asmongold made some comments that, even in his own words, were disgusting and abhorrent. OTK denounces all forms of discrimination and violence, and that sort of behavior cannot be tolerated. Yesterday evening, we spoke with Zach, and he will be stepping away from his roles at OTK and our affiliate companies, Starforge, Mythic, and Mad Mushroom. In our conversation, Zach vehemently expressed his desire to change his life and broaden his perspective. We'll see. I don't know. Earlier today, he posted a video detailing his thoughts on his comments, along with the change he plans on making moving forward. We hope Zach remains committed to the promises he has made to us, the community, and to himself. In the meantime, OTK will continue fostering an open, exclusive work environment dedicated to producing the best live streaming content possible for our community and partners. There also was tips out. So I thought this was really well written. Growing up in the early 90s, it was clear that we weren't your stereotypical American family. After all, we were Muslims. Headscarves, no pork, 5 daily prayers, and so on. We dressed conservatively, packed foreign foods in our lunch boxes, and spoke with thick accents until grade school. We were just another American family in Southern California, navigating life and seeking out the coveted dream. Then 9/11 happened. It was a monumental shift in thought and discourse. People were horrified, confused, but above all, angry. From school teachers to store clerks, politicians to celebrities, liberals to conservatives, one thing was on everyone's mind. We gotta get them. But who was them? To some, them had a much broader definition. It didn't matter if you were Persian, Indian, South Asian, or even Latino. It was the accumulation of decades and decades of subtle media propaganda designed to produce an other, so that the powerful can continue to prey on the angry and divided powerless. And this is definitely still very present today. To many who heard Zach's comments, the language he used, whether intended or not, reeked of the same dehumanization that plagued their ancestors, their grandparents, and in some cases, their families today. I desperately plead to all those reading to wake up to the forces around you that wish for you to look upon your school teachers, store clerks, and neighbors as them. For they are not them. They are you, born to different circumstances, no doubt, but are you nonetheless. Please, for the love of all that is holy and good, look out for yourselves and those around you. And if you ever feel the urge and anger to reduce your fellow man to anything less than yourself, ask aloud who benefits. Yeah, I feel like this is such a commentary of like so many things today. That's just the vision and the hatred, and I think this is like a really eloquent way of putting things. White's comments provoked a combination of responses. Some touched on the insensitivity of the comments given current events, while others clowned on Hoyt, who is known for streaming from an unkempt bedroom covered with trash. Yeah, this basically leads us to the apology video. My plans moving forward. Will he be sincere? I don't know.
I think that any religion and any way of thinking that's going to cause you to put other people in like kind of positions below you as like, you know, like gay people, women, people with disabilities, anything like that.
You're telling me that now Asmongold cares about minorities? I find this statement to be so hypocritical. Because maybe it's not a specific religion per se. I would actually attribute it more to a disease that faces many young, impressionable men today. And the current state of our role models like Asmongold and Andrew Tate and Aiden Ross. There's very clearly an obsession with hating others or minorities or women or gay people or Palestinians.
I don't like making apologies because I think words don't matter. Change behaviors do.
Bro, words are why you're in this situation. Words are very important. That's why we use them. Words can drive people to harm themselves. It can also help people feel better. A simple apology goes such a long way. Everything you say matters when you have, especially an audience of tens of thousands of very impressionable young men who are hanging on every word you say and then repeat every word that you say.
I think that I'm going to cut down a little bit on streaming quite as much.
This could be a breakthrough. I can't think of a person of notable status who has spewed this level of hate and has changed for the better. And I mean, I could be wrong. Like, if you guys know someone who's like actually redeemed themselves and like got out of this, I am really hoping genuinely this is like a wake up call, because there is some self-awareness that is happening here.
I want to spend maybe a little bit less time streaming, and I want to spend more time creating my own videos and doing my own things and spending time on things that I really enjoy, expanding my existence as a person.
Dude, just stop worrying about making content. Just go and like fish or go to a concert, or like, not everything has to be content, man. Like, I think you're almost got it.
I'm gonna do my best to listen. I spent 2 years ignoring it, and look where it got me.
I mean, it sounds genuine. I don't think that he is being disingenuous here. You know, he talks a lot about religious extremism and how they like oppress marginalized people and women and gay people and all these horrible things, and yet perpetuates these exact ideas. It doesn't have to be under religion to be extremist. I find it unfortunate that he could not link the way that he's been doing things to the way he believes religion is. Unfortunately, he went to his Reddit. The vibes and feel of the stream recently have been a lot more intense, and that is my fault. If you think that means my first stream back is going to be playing Dustborn and promoting Sweet Baby, I think you'll be very disappointed. I'm not changing anything other than trying to be more positive and less mean-spirited. There was also this comment. Take a break. Us chuds will be here waiting for you to make streaming great again. Don't worry, I'll react to a DEI equals die gaming video first day back to stream. It's a deep-rooted problem, and it's not easily just going to go away because you said, I'm going to do better, and then all of a sudden your fan base is like, good on you, we support you, we're going to be happy-go-lucky, happy times. No, he is going to have a lot of work cut out for him. I want to root for him, but it is so hard to break out from the community that you've built. And it's going to take not just work on yourself, but working on your community and changing how your community behaves. The thing that gives me hope is honestly OTK. Obviously, that is a support system that he has. You have people like Tips Out, which I'm sure he is very close with. My hope is because he has shown an openness, like just a little window of being like receptive to growing, that is just enough for his support system to like help him and guide him and encourage him. You know, when we talked about what tips out rotes, looking at one another as like human beings, just be careful of what you say. We don't want to be hateful as well. Like, how does that make any of us better? We could be wrong, right? Like, he could just go right back to what he does and nothing could change. I would rather have hope and be wrong about it than to dismiss him, tell him he's not going to make it, that he's just faking it, it's all a lie, and he's going to go right back to it. Like, what does that accomplish? I'm tired of the hate. I'm tired of the negativity. Hold back from that same negativity and dismissiveness that his community is already completely just soaked up in. He is actually a role model to so many people, and especially young men. And so if one person can be more positive and put down people less, be a somewhat positive influence, and like you said, like if he can clean up his act, he could pull a lot of people out of this exact funnel that he is in, this exact rabbit hole. And I think that's why I care, is if he does it, he will influence thousands of people. That is a very powerful position to be in, and to do it to something that's good and beneficial for those people, that's something that we should encourage. We'll see in 2 weeks. Definitely let me know what you think about this. I hope this is a good conversation to have. So we needed to have this conversation.